Hello everybody. So in this video, I'm just going to tell you right now that there is nothing to look at other than my face. So yay. So treat this as a podcast. Put me on in the background on wherever you do your podcast listening, like you're ironing or your work or something, and just listen to my ramblings. Here we go. It's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, I can't even think about how long it's been. So I really hope you had an awesome Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, and that 2023 is being good to you and kind and all of that kind of stuff. So far, touch wood, it's been fairly kind for me. Yeah, I don't know what the rest of the year, I mean, I know we've got some things coming up that might send life going a bit crazy. I know we've got some changes coming up, so yeah, that will be interesting. But yeah, so far so good. And so I thought I'd pop on. I normally do a word of the year video, and yeah, normally I've done it by now. Normally I've done it way sooner than now. But yeah, life just sometimes gets a bit busy. But I've been doing like a few other things that have kind of occupied my time. But as the time goes on this year, in theory, I am going to have more time to do things. That's the plan. Whether it stays that way or not, I don't know. John may end up doing other stuff, and so I might still just have the same amount of time as usual, but time will tell. So yeah, I always set myself a word of the year, sometimes more than one, you know, it doesn't have to be one. And so I've talked about time quite a bit, and so I sort of thought about making time my word of the year, but then I was like, oh, I don't know, like I know I'm not very good at setting enough time for myself and for like self-care and things like that. So time would be quite a good one to use. So it would change, like embracing change. But what I've settled on for like my main word of the year is actually create. Which, yeah, you might think is perhaps slightly odd for the fact that, you know, my day job, I'm an artist, I'm an illustrator, I'm always creating, like making, like designing stickers and things. I look like a teapot like that. Ooh, ooh. But yes, that is true. But I do love to create, and I love to do other things other than drawing. And so this year, I kind of want to take more time for myself to do creative things for me, like more creative endeavours. And so far so good, that's working out okay. And my eldest daughter, she's really creative too. And so actually we've been having a couple of times a week, we've been having like a bit of some creative time together, and it's been quite nice. So we've had some one-on-one time together, and I've put on some like classical music or some like acoustic chill playlists, you know, from Spotify. And yeah, we've just done bits, but I want to do different things that are like set aside from what I would perhaps do for work. So I used to love clay. I used to love working with clay when we went to school. Enjoyed clay, and I used to work at a pottery painting studio as well, which I used to really enjoy. So I've got more into clay this year. My daughter for Christmas, she got a pottery wheel. It's it's not very good. It was from B&M. She likes it. So anyway, she's gotten into clay as well because she got a pottery wheel. And so yeah, I've been buying air dry clay, and we've been doing some clay things. So far I've made a couple of incense cone smokers that look like tents, like little teepees, like little bell tents, because we have a little bell tent and it has a fire and a chimney in it. So I made those, and I made like a little polar bear and a little mouse, and it's not finished, they call it a little fairy house in a jar, from a jar. They're all made from clay, only one thing has been painted. I've also been painting peg dolls, something different, a different canvas to paint on, and obviously a different way of painting a person or a figure or whatever, because it's on a peg doll. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of joy out of that, and then setting up small world sensory tough tray plays for the kids. So that's really nice. So that's what I've been up to so far. On my list of things, I mean, I have got the entire year, so I don't have to do it all. Whether this will stay a focus of mine the whole year, I don't know. But what I do know is whatever happens in my life, I am always drawn back to creating. So I don't think if it does go for my life, I don't think it'll be very long. And also my eldest daughter's into it. So I've got someone to keep me accountable, because like she said, like, oh, can we have a painting evening again tonight, Mum? So yeah, I've got someone to kind of keep me accountable and do it with me, which is nice. So on the list, we watched what's it called, Digging for Britain, the other day with Alice Roberts, and they had an artist on there, an archaeological artist on there, and he was showing like tessera, like the Roman mosaics that he paints. Wow, that looks amazing. I have saved his name and the details, and I'm gonna look more into that and might have a go at doing a Roman tessera. I want to try needle felting, and I'd really like, I've seen some different pictures of where people have taken like an alarm clock or a mantelpiece clock and like removed the innards and made them into little beds or little homes or little nooks for like their felted creatures. So I want to have a go at making one of those as well. I would like to at some point have a go at punch embroidery. Don't know if I'll get around to that this year or not, because these things all require me buying supplies. I have bought something ready to make something physical. This is what I'm saying, like, I love to paint and I love to do stuff. I love to paint, I love my journals and things, but this year I want to go beyond that. I want to do more of that, but I want to go beyond that as well, and like do some other stuff and some physical stuff as well. So in our home and adventures, we have been reading The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe and been doing some studies on The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And I came across a video on YouTube of a diorama of Narnia. And then I went down this little rabbit warren, as you do, and I came across bookshelf nooks, like book nooks. And so I want to do a diorama. I've bought myself, my mum sent me some money, belated Christmas present, long story. And I bought myself a dolls, I haven't picked it up yet. It's waiting to be picked up at my every locker thing. A doll's house wardrobe, because I'm going to make a book nook that's Narnia and I want to put a wardrobe on the front of it. So yeah, I want to scour some charity shops, because I've got a Narnia box set, but I don't want to do that. But I want to make the Narnia diorama in the box, like the box set box, and I want to like use like the spines of the book and things. Sounds quite complicated. So yeah, I need to kind of scour some charity shops to see if I can find a Narnia book set, because I don't want to use mine, because I've had it since I was a child. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. Talking of home ed, if you homeschool or you're interested in home educating or whatever, I have resurrected my YouTube channel to go with that. So I'm going to hopefully be posting on there too, and also my Christmas channel as well. So I'll pop the links down below so you can go and follow me on those channels as well, because I also class creating and creativity as making videos, because that is another kind of like creative outlet of mine. I swore for the longest time that I wouldn't get TikTok, and now I'm also on TikTok. Same names, you can find me there on the same names and everything. And actually I am enjoying making reels because it's quite creative. I like finding the nice music that goes with them and things like that. I wrote a children's book a long time ago, a couple of years ago now, and I still haven't illustrated it. I've started it. I'd like to finish that and actually make that like a goal to do that, because I have another idea that's like bursting out to come out of my head, like out of my ears, like of another children's book. So I really want to get that written as well. Writing is a creative thing. So I really want to get that written and illustrated. Maybe I'll publish, I don't know. I did, my first book, I did send to a few publishers and I got like rejections back. And I know that's really common, that happens to loads of people, but I'm not sure if I've got the energy to keep doing that, if you know what I mean. So I either might just think it's crap and not bother, or I might self-publish. I'm not sure, but it's just something I want to do for myself anyway. So yeah, so that's it. That's my word of the year for this year, and I'm loving it and I feel really good about it. So yeah, in terms of this channel, I don't really know. Like I have fallen out of love with this channel quite a lot lately, because I don't know, like I feel like I was putting quite a lot of effort into my videos, and then only like I've got 16,500 followers, but then only like 100 people watch the video, and like no one ever comments anymore. And I understand that, because I end up watching a lot of content on the TV if I watch the content, and you can't always type. And I know there's just so much content out there now, YouTube, Netflix, etc., that everyone is vying for like the same sort of audience. But yeah, and I just say, yeah, I don't really know. And I think because I wasn't creating anything or doing anything creative, I then had nothing to do videos about. And I just kind of felt like, well, my planning style hasn't changed in years. And I kind of felt that I'd done all the videos that I could on planning. So yes, but that's where we're at. So yeah, bung any suggestions for videos down below. So I've got a Christmas channel, so you can find any Christmas content on my Christmas channel. I've got a home ed channel, which I also talk about like children's books and things on. And then there's this channel, and this channel tends to be the art, the craft and planning stuff. That's how it's gonna go. So yeah, follow me on any of those channels if they suit you, but also bung down a load of ideas in the comments if you've got any ideas or anything you want to see, because it's all very well making content, but I want to make content that people actually want to see and watch, you know. So right, I'm going to shut up now, and hopefully it won't be too much longer before I do make another video. On my other channels, I have got videos scheduled and ready to go. I have just had no ideas and no mojo for this account, so I don't know when the next video will be, because I've got nothing. I've got nothing for you. I might try and do some more of my box unboxings, and I might try and do some more with them. Show you how I use them. So yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.